It's the end of a long day. These days, they're all long days. You're about to log off, switch off, go home, when suddenly your ringtone, that damn phone, sometimes it feels like it'll never leave you alone. Do you answer it? Look at the time, 5:59. You hang around much longer, you're not getting home till 9. You could ignore it, say you missed it and never saw it. I'm sure it's not that important, it can't wait till morning. But maybe it is. Should we explore it? This is a story about him. His name's Jamal, but he goes by Rhythm. He might look like a bad man, that's definitely what he wants you to think. But really, he's a bit shy. But the street will punish him if he shows that. So he keeps it pushed down, so nobody knows that inside there's a young man who a lot of the time feels pretty afraid and lost and alone. See, there's not much for Rhythm back at the ends. He sees his mum stressing, cupboards at home empty. If it wasn't for the food bank, they'd go hungry. On court, he gets laughed at for looking so broke. He'd love some new kicks, some new clothes, a new phone, but these are so out of reach, they might as well be in Rome. So when a friend says he can put Rhythm on with a guy he knows, it's a tempting offer. This is a top boy, an older, known to the feds and around these ends. They're looking for new blood to send on an errand here, a drop off there. Nothing heavy, just easy money. Enough for his mum and then some. He can buy his new kicks, maybe a nice watch, and on top of that, the olders will have his back. So no more being laughed at, no more backchat. Then for once maybe he'll know what it's like to be the big man. Well, at least that was the plan. And that brings us back to the reason your phone's ringing at 5:59 at the end of a long day. It's the custody sergeant from Leighton Nick. They busted Rhythm with half a brick, but the duty yachts had to go home sick. They're gonna bail him out, but can you come get him? Otherwise he's out on road by himself, and half a brick gone is a serious threat to his health. Your train leaves soon. Dinner at home's calling you. A glass of wine and some much needed downtime. A fork in the road is open before us. On one path you take the call, the other you don't. So let's take a look at what happens down both.
Please leave your message after the tone.
Hello, this is Sergeant Dixon from Leighton Police Station. We've got a young male here, name of Jamal Mensah. We picked him up on a drugs charge today. He's made bail. I've been given your number and hopefully you can give me a call and we can arrange to get him home.
It's getting late when a couple of girls spot a squad car rolling into the estate. No lights, no sirens, just cruising in at a chill pace, looking like it belongs in the place. A fed gets out and opens the back door. Who's that? That boy that calls himself Rhythm. What's he up to? Why are the police just letting him go? What's he been saying? What does he know? Within a few minutes, word spreads around. Rhythm's talking to the feds. Swear down, Rhythm's a snake. Rhythm's been busted. He's a snitch. He can't be trusted. Rhythm's never felt this alone. The call went out but no one came, so the police ended up taking him home. Now the whole ends is buzzing by phone. The olders have let it be known that Rhythm's a snitch, a thief, or both. They want their brick back like yesterday. This kind of beef ain't going away. Let's pause there and wind back time. Back to the office at 5:59. This time around you take the call. Listen as the custody sergeant tells you it all. They can't reach his mum. She's working the late shift. So you scrap your plans and head down to the station. The young man you meet is like you expected. He's sullen, he's quiet, he tries to project this air of menace. But you see straight through it. It's mainly just an act. One that he's practiced and got pretty good at, but an act all the same. Underneath, There's a boy who's just used to being blamed. A boy who hasn't eaten since breakfast either, so you suggest a breather. There's a cafe not far that does a good stew. Why don't you go there, just him and you? Jamal doesn't say much. It takes a lot for him to trust, and he's only just met you. So forget a big confession, but this much you know. He was caught with some weed, more than just a charge for possession, enough to be done for intent to supply. But even the police know this kid's not that kind of guy. He's too young, too broke to have that much weed. You don't need to be a genius to read between the county lines and see the mess he's in and why it's distressing him. So you do your best to stress to him that you can help him find a way out of this. In Jamal's head, he's already dead or in prison, but right now, you're all he has, so he's prepared to listen. You take him home, just you and him alone. No blue lights, no feds. The girls on the wall take no notice at all. In fact, they barely look up from their phones. Let's cross timelines again, back to where Rhythm's been left to fend for himself. His ends don't feel like they used to. Feels like another postcode he's walking through. As he gets back to his block, there's no sign of the olders, but then he feels a hand on his shoulder. What are you up to, Rhythm? Talking to the feds? You give them my name, snitch? You're fucking dead. Where's my weed, Rhythm? Don't tell me you lost it. You sold it yourself for a nice fat profit. So let's see, that's a lot of money you owe me. You're gonna work hard to pay off that debt. I own you now, don't you fucking forget. And so Rhythm gets drawn deeper into the life. And the shy young man who liked music gets left behind. All his time spent committing crime, running up and down the county lines, on the hook for a debt he can never pay off, a character in a game he can't switch off. There's no glamour like there is in the songs. It's just slinging and grinding all day long. One drugs charge becomes 2, then 3. His rap sheet grows and hope of a normal life recedes. It's the end of another long day. You're finishing up when a colleague breaks some news, a serious case review. She mentions a name you heard a couple of years ago, left in a voicemail in a call you never took. Jamal, aka Rhythm, age 17. A drug deal went bad. Weapons came out. Now Jamal's up in court for wounding with intent. Now they want to know where professionals might have intervened and helped steer this young man down a different path, one where he didn't fall between the cracks and have his life wasted in jail. You had that chance that day and you missed it. Now another young man's become a statistic. It didn't have to end this way. Let's wind back time to the next day after you took that call at 5:59. Met Jamal, gave him your time. Listened to his story and the trouble he was in. Off the back of that, you put a plan in place. Got the right support for Jamal to keep him safe. There was no magic wand to make it all go away, but gradually he was able to extricate himself from the clutches of the olders and find something more positive to fill his time. You learn that this boy liked to rhyme, so you hooked him up with a musician you know, took him to the studio to show him a pathway, if he wants to choose it, towards a career making music. Let's fast forward a couple of years. Rhythm's 18 now, doing well. He wants to say thanks for the help you gave him. The time you put in helped to save him. He's producing now, MCing too. There's a track he's written, dedicated to you. The extra mile isn't always easy. It can be tempting to let someone else pick up the pieces. But that night, 2 years ago at 5:59, you stepped up and listened to the voice on the line. And because you did that one small act, you saved a life, and that's no small fact.
went OT trying to get some bread. Hit couple shot, then got met. Night track suit and my Air Force bent. Feds caught me when I turned that bend. Feds caught me when I turned that bend. My life's all meant.
Listen, look. Well, you know about trapping, stacking, late night shift, trying to get that cash in. I was up in a bando bagging, me and bro ages chilling and grafting. Let me grab that stat, let me fling them packs, so I swing that shit to the young G's. Shit went left when I lost that food, now I'm stuck in the whip with the feds. Now I'm back on the ends, blue lights, it's meant. On the block, got a price on my head. On the block, got a price on my head. Everywhere I step, got a roll with a vest. I ain't trying to get shanked or whacked, so when I step, gotta watch my back. Gotta watch my back. I lost that food, now I gotta make it back. I wanna make that back, I'll be a free man and I'll leave the trap. Yeah, I'll leave the trap. All these debts on my head got me moving nuts. Man, the streets are tough. I put my heart in the streets but got no love back. This work car never calls my phone. She don't help out, she dumb and dead. I got caught with a shank and a vest in the eyes of the law. I'm just known as a threat. I got put in jail instead, serving 5 GBH of intent. Now I'm in my cell trying to call my mum, praying hard to repent. Now I'm in my cell trying to call my mum, praying hard to repent.